in uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dublin Celtic Tigers and the Carolina Panthers. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. 2nd down, Mayfield. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Miller. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Watch him now, Barney.
Mayfield now from the 50. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
In for the score. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. They run with Logan. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Hey. Watch the slant. Motion. Gun.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. Room here to run. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Tighten up.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Look at it. Hey. Watch the motion.
From the gun, here's Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown, and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. A little tough on the secondary there, in zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. And they rattle off a big one. 49 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the gun, Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 5. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. as his guys are in for 6. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This will be taken short. And nowhere to go. He'll make it back only to the 5-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
They begin with Mcl on the ground, and he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. On 2nd down, Mcl. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Here we go.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2.
Come on now.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And here now the offense heading back out there. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Green, 39.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going up top for Miller. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Buying time to his left. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is going to be incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. This is Mcl on the counter. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Newton now to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. That one complete to Bettis. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 1st down, Mayfield. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And his throw here is incomplete. Coverage there by Kevon Seymour.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that.
Mayfield to throw it, and that'll be incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Set. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Eluding the pressure right. Fighting to stay upright inside the 10. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Blue 90.
A first down throw for Mayfield. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up. Wanting to get a good get-off on the snap. Jump too quickly.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves him in pretty good shape. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. This offense so far on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And it's caught. Touchdown. Robbie Anderson from 4 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Forced out to his left. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Mayfield on first down. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's first and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Mayfield. And this is caught at the 8. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Robbie Anderson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Being chased out left. Now he's going to go deep down the left. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 42. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. Nothing conservative about that play call. You said earlier in the quarter you wanted to see them open things up, maybe take some shots downfield. There you go.
Yeah, that one was successful. But even if they're not successful, when you take those shots downfield, they've got to back off a little bit, loosen up a little bit on defense, and give you a little bit more room if you want to run the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Around the NFL, they're into the second quarter in the Meadowlands. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw to Mcl on the dump off. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Check motion.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield now. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Grip left, grip left. Gun, 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 gun. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
To throw, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He was looking for Landry that time, and it's 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Final play of the half. Mayfield, wide open receiver, complete. And he coughed it up. But fortunately, another offensive player quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Michael Kendricks coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now let's go. 319. 319.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Mcl. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Mcl. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. back to throw here. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll make it third down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Four down, four down. Motion, motion, motion.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Brian Bonnie Calhoun. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! 59. Detroit! Detroit!
Following the interception, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Mayfield now on second down. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Throwing. Mayfield steps away to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. A third quarter score now from MetLife Stadium. And the Giants have extended their lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Mayfield dancing to his left. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Shift.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And it's caught. Touchdown. In for the score. And this offense continues to pour it on. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Panthers on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll try the option on third down. On third down, Mcl. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. He's at the 50. They can't tackle him. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. Sony Mcl, 87 yards. And his guys are able to strike for 6. He's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Now let's go. Blue, line it.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain of 39 that time. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
2nd down, Mayfield. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right.
And it's caught. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And this offense is running away with this one. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Carolina getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. On the handoff, it's Mcl. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense has come up with it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Jake Ryan coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is. But how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. And the Panthers coming out now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The Panthers on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll look to throw. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Detroit! Detroit!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. There he goes left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a give running left. It's Bettis. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And Miller with it over the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They go play action here on first down. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And this one complete right side to Funchess. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
We got 4. We got 4 down.
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw again. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. He's going to loft one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Robbie Anderson, 48 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Panthers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Lucky 56.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now he's forced out right. Now a desperation throw. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Dubliner,
Bring out the Brinks truck. I'm young, fly.